Hello and welcome to the first ever 100% decentralized matrix project for Forsage based on the Tron cryptocurrency. The previous option for using Ethereum smart contracts is also available, and you'll notice that when you first visit the Forsage website. So you can now choose either Tron or Ethereum as the base cryptocurrency for your smart contract. So let's talk for just a moment about what decentralization actually means. So what are its benefits? What are the advantages of using something that's 100% decentralized? So decentralized marketing, it's created with an automated contract that offers you really high security and sustainability. It's very flexible, but it's a contract that uses an automatic execution algorithm. So in other words, it exists on the blockchain, the Tron blockchain. Same thing applies to the Ethereum blockchain version of Forsage, but let's talk just a little bit about what this really means to you, okay? So smart contracts, just like cryptocurrencies, they are decentralized, meaning they don't live in any one location. So they work strictly according to the underlying program. So when the developers created the algorithms and the program for this particular contract on the Tron cryptocurrency, when they built this for Forsage, they did it without needing to change anything. So that once that contract was established, once other uh, validators and verifiers went out there and validated the underlying program to validate that contract, it can't be changed. So once the program is defined, that contract is permanent, it's immutable, and it can never be removed from the blockchain. So it sits out there and it controls the expiration on the contract. It lives on the actual blockchain. So millions of computers all over the world validate the transactions, they validate the contract, and they ensure that there's no risk of it being hacked or manipulated in any way because it doesn't live in any one place. So when I mentioned, if you'll notice the bullet down at the bottom, when I mentioned the blockchain is an immutable record of transactions and information, it means once it's there, good or bad, once it's there, it's permanently there. It's on the blockchain. It can never be removed, can never be manipulated or changed. Okay? How does Forsage matrix marketing actually work? Well, it's actually comprised of two components. You have a team force X3 matrix that you see on the left hand side, and you see an X4 company force matrix that exists on the right hand side. Now, the Forsage matrix marketing is closed, okay? It's a closed system. It doesn't have any deadlines or expiration on the slots that you purchase, and there's a limited number of places with an unlimited number of reinvests, and I'll get into that in just a moment. So the referral link, it's fixed to the person who invited you, your sponsor, okay? So it can never be changed. It can never be manipulated in any way. So once that contract is established, you've purchased your positions, then you always follow your superior partner to each of the slots he's activated. In the Forsage X3 program are three places. So you've got three spots below. You'll notice on the left-hand side, you have one line, so you have three spots. The first two are actually ones that you get paid on that are your direct referrals from your production. The third one that you generate from your production is a team forced. In other words, everyone from your sponsor on down, basically. So once the third position is filled, what will happen is it will automatically buy you a new matrix for that particular slot, and it will reinvest in it for you automatically. And when that happens, it cycles and you start filling out the first two spots again. So you get paid on position one, position two, the third one does the reinvest, and then you purchase that next position. So on the automatic portion of that, you don't have to worry about going in there and making a change to it manually or purchasing that. It's going to happen for you without any issues. Now, once you've made this purchase, it's done. It doesn't expire. You don't have to worry about that slot disappearing on you like some of the other programs do. So you'll notice on the right-hand side, the slot, when you initially purchase your Forsage positioning, it buys you the position for the X3 and your first slot for your X4 company forced. Now, what I mean by the company forced and the X4, the two lines that you see immediately below on the right hand side, underneath the one slot, those first two go to your sponsor. Okay, you don't get paid on those first two positions, but you get paid on everything underneath those two. So underneath the one on the left hand side, underneath slot 1 on the X4 matrix, those two places underneath there, you get paid on both of those. On the right hand leg of that, then you're going to get paid on the first one, and once the second one is populated and filled, it will automatically cycle just like the X3, and it will cycle this into a new one, and you can start earning again. Your sponsor will make 2 payments, or they'll receive 2 payments, and you will actually receive your payments on the other 3 spots down below. Hopefully that made sense. We'll try and cover it some more as we move forward. So let's talk about slots for just a moment. In the Ethereum version of Forsage, there are actually 12 slots that you could fill for the X3 and the X4. In the Tron version, you actually have 15 slots. You actually have more earning capacity available and more flexibility to purchase the levels that you're interested in. So in each of these programs, the X3 and the X4, those 15 slots, they all work in the same way. So each subsequent slot is 2 times more expensive than the previous one. So you can scale and grow, and as you earn profits, you can start investing into the higher levels. That would be my suggestion to you. So as you earned off of these earlier ones, it's already funded for you to buy the next levels. You decide where you want to stop and continue to build, but just know that others can pass you by if you've not purchased those slots, and we'll cover that further into the presentation here. So how many slots can be activated immediately? Well, as many as you want. At least all 15 of them at once, okay? So they have no expiration like we talked about earlier, so you're not going to have to worry about losing those, or if you didn't get back in there and renew them, that they expire and disappear on you. None of that is in play here inside of Forsage. So as mentioned in the earlier slides, during registration, it costs you a minimum of 200 TRX or Tron tokens, okay? So the first slot in each program is 100 TRX. That's why it costs 200. When you set up your smart contract, you sign it, and everything is paired up with your wallet, then what happens is they are bought together, and then your X3 position that you notice on the left, that is purchased, and then your X4 position for the company force matrix is purchased on the right-hand side. So the first slot can't be taken, and accordingly, the start to the matrix is generally the 200 TRX price point. If you wanted to buy additional positions, you could certainly do that, but when you first start out here, it only costs you 200 to get going with it. So when you purchase all the future slots and the additional ones, the same thing's going to happen in order from the smaller to the larger. It's impossible to buy a third slot without buying the second one. So you can't skip levels, you can't skip positions. You have to purchase sequentially the ones one after another to buy your way up through the level. So that keeps people from just jumping in and buying a really expensive one, passing you by, and you lose out on income opportunity, which is a great advantage for you, so that everybody has to follow the same set of rules. So let's dig into the Forsage X3 Team Force for just a moment and start diving into what it really means here. So all the partners in your slots of the Forsage X3 program are your personally referred partners. So people that you referred off of your production, those are people that you have gone off and you have gotten into the system. As you invite them, they will land in places underneath you as shown in the diagram on the left-hand side. So the distribution of the payments, when it's filling out the matrix, it's automatic, and it will automatically land in your wallet. You don't have to go do a withdrawal or do anything like that. It all lands there automatically. So the first referral partner, they take the place underneath you on the lower left that you see with the number 1, okay? And 100% of that payout goes straight to your personal wallet. Now the second referral partner takes the second spot where you see indicated by number 2, and that payment is also automatically credited to your personal wallet. Now here's where the automated portion of this matrix takes place. So in the third one, indicated by number 3 here, that third partner takes the third place below you. Again, you get the 100% income, but you get it as a reinvestment so that you can continue to cycle and continue to earn on each of these levels. So you want to actually receive a payment into your wallet. Instead, it will open this back up and you'll end up with new blank positions on positions 1 and 2 and 3 to start a new matrix cycle. And after that happens, it can continue to go and go and go. You could do that on an unlimited basis. Even if you only invested the 200 TRX to buy your X3 and X4 positions, if all you did were refer people that bought that first position because they can't skip those, you will always earn on those, and you can continue to do it from now on with a one-time investment. So hopefully that makes sense. So in parallel with the X4 company force matrix, this one works for you where you have an overflow system. So it's designed from the top down. And the way that works is you're building a team. So as you do this and everybody collectively builds in Forsage, then what's going to happen is you're going to get, and I don't like using the term spillover, but if everybody's working this like they should and everybody is building and promoting the platform, then you're going to receive some benefit from the top down into your company force matrix. In other words, that whole collective team, as this happens, you'll start to receive people that land down below you. As these spots fill out, as new people come on board, they have to land somewhere. So as that happens, you start to earn on those additional levels. So very similar to the X3 one, we're going to walk through how this process works and how the matrix functions. So you'll take note on the left-hand side with the number 1 and the number 2. So those partners take 2 places. So the very first 2 positions that land here, partner who takes 2 places below you in the first line are 2 places in the second line of the hire. So the 100% payment goes to the wallet of your sponsor. So the person that's your superior that referred you, they will receive positions 1 and 2. They'll get those payments off of that. So once that's done and those 2 are fulfilled, what's going to happen is you'll receive income from the second line from 4 people. 3 of those, you'll notice from numbers 3, 5, 4, and 6 down below, you'll notice that those payments for 3 of those go straight into your wallet, and then the last one reinvests just like the X3 does and buys you a new matrix that's open where you can start filling it out to unlimited levels. So it keeps going and going and going and going. So you've got 2 ways to earn on the X3 and the X4 levels, and it's a very, very powerful income system. So now we're going to expand on reinvesting. So let's talk about the reinvest portion of this for a little bit in case it was confusing earlier. So this is the reopening or purchase of the slot at the current level. So remember, you have up to 15 different slots for the X3 and 15 for the X4 at different income positions that are double what the prior level is. So as soon as one of these fills up, then what's going to happen, you'll notice on the left-hand side here, the reinvest opens that same slot for you. So let's say this is slot number 1, the very first one that's 100 TRX. Okay, so the reinvest opens that slot up, and you start to earn income from it again, all over again, just like you did the very first time. So what will happen is once it gets to that third position, instead of you receiving the money directly to your wallet, it reinvests in the system, opens this back up where it's empty, and you start filling it out again until it cycles again. So you reoccupy the free space in the slot with a higher partner or your sponsor, and a new slot with the free places opens up for you. And then 100% of that payment goes to your wallet of your higher partner. And the way that works is it continues to fill, and then it reopens again, and it starts that process all over. And each of these are independent of the other slots. So they will all collectively, as people buy higher spots, then you'll earn on the higher spots as well. Okay? So the minimum that you're going to make is going to be based off of the 100 TRX that's over here for what it cost for the other people to buy those positions. So this is a very powerful component to the whole platform, and it's around upgrades. And do take the time to really pay attention to this one, because it's going to mean whether you leave money on the table and you're losing out, or if you're able to follow along with your sponsor and make money along with he or she. So the upgrade process is the opening purchase of that next slot of a more expensive level. So remember, it's twice the cost of the current level that you're on. So it's done at the first opening of the slot. The payment goes to your sponsor or your superior partner, provided that he or she has a slot at that level. If they don't, they're going to get notified, just like you would get notified, that, hey, you're going to miss out on money if you don't buy this position. This is a great way to help everybody follow along and everybody upgrade, but it's also a way to make sure that you're going to continue to earn money, especially with people that are down below you. So there's enough income that comes in from each of these slots to reinvest in the slot of the same level. And also, if you took those profits and you didn't go off and you spend them and do something with them, there's enough of that money sitting there to buy a slot at the next level once you fill this out. So it's very important when you're trying to get yourself positioned, either you have the funds to go ahead and purchase those slots up front, or you want to wait until you've earned a little bit and you've got those profits, and then you can start buying those next higher positions so you don't miss out and you don't have lost profit where it goes to the next partner because you didn't have a spot on that level. So let's say this was level 6 and you didn't own level 6, but somebody down below you was going to purchase all the way up through level 6. Well, because that's going to happen, you're going to get this little triangle with the exclamation point in it, letting you know that you are missing out on money. So you've got to make sure that your next reinvest, that you get this, you go ahead and get that additional level so that you don't miss out on money. So the extra profit there is payment that's received to you because of the lost profit of somebody down below you that they weren't upgraded. So you decide whether to purchase that next level. You don't have to do it, but I would highly encourage you to do it so that way you're not missing out on it. So a reinvestment of that slot, remember, it's automatic. And if that next slot's not open for you, then that second round, the next time that comes around, after you reinvest, all those payments will be going to your sponsor. You're going to miss out on those. You don't want to leave money on the table. I can't stress that enough. I myself and many of the other people I know have missed out on payments, some of them pretty big payments, because we weren't upgraded. And even though we had the funds probably sitting there at the time, we didn't go ahead and upgrade to that level, and we didn't pay attention to it, and we missed out on it. So you don't want to miss out on that opportunity. In this section, we're going to talk about overflows, overtaking, and actual returns. Now, here's how the concept works, and we'll dig into it more in just a moment. So basically, if your superior, the person that's above you that referred you to Forsage, if they are only paid up through levels, we'll say levels 1 through 4, and their sponsor is paid up through levels 1 through 5, well, maybe you're ready to buy, okay, and you have the ability to take over your superior partner's open slots because he or she has not purchased level 5 yet, but you're ready to buy it. Well, you can overtake your superior partner by opening slots that they have not reached. So if they've not bought that 5th position, in this particular case, you get up to the superior partner, the closest who has such a level of that slot, and the income goes to him. So it skips the person that doesn't have that particular slot purchased. So if that's not available, in the same way that you're already overtaking 2 superiors until the system finds a partner or finds somebody that is qualified at that level, that referral link returns to the partners. That means that your superior buys this slot, and then the next reinvest, you'll again take that place underneath him. So you're able to move up through the chain basically, and if somebody had position 5 that was above your sponsor, you bought position 5. Well, guess what? You just move up in the ranks over there underneath, directly underneath their sponsor, because your sponsor wasn't qualified at that level. So you're able to skip that, and you're going to get any kind of overflow that might happen, that might come from that particular sponsor. That's actually going to land under you for that level. Now, your sponsor could always come in later and purchase that level, but he will never overtake you in that position because you had already purchased it before he or she purchased it. Hopefully that makes sense. So you'll see the pink bubble over here that indicates where the partner took over the superior partner's spot because they weren't qualified at that level. In this example, it's using slots 1 through 3. So the overflow, you see the lighter color blue there, personally invited partner of your superior, because you're qualified, your superior was not, you're going to get that overflow. It's going to come to you, and you're going to continue to make money. So you're never going to be left out. There's never going to be any situation where you're held up because the person that referred you has not purchased all the levels that you want to purchase. It's a good idea to communicate with them, and you guys try and stay lockstep. But either way, you're going to continue to make money regardless because of the way the overflows and the overtaking works in the system. So in this example, we're going to look at some of the, the minimal situations here for what income would look like on each of these matrix positions for X3 and X4. You could see the earning potential is astronomical. So on both of these, if you're following lockstep and you've gotten your team and your company force matrix positions here, then you've got a massive earning potential. And if you play this smart and you do this properly, keep taking those profits that you're earning. Don't try and take a draw and make a profit from this. And in my opinion, it's well worth buying up positions at least through the mid level here, up through like 7 or 8, somewhere up through that level as you're earning profits. As you're getting those, you're going to make some really, really good money on each of these, and your earning potential is basically funded. All you have to do is keep delivering the traffic, keep delivering the referrals as they buy their positions and they work their way up through there. Your earning potential is really good, and you could see the way these are broken up in 3 columns on each. You're going to see what it cost in Tron and TRX to purchase that. You're going to see what that's going to look like on your actual commissions, your potential commissions on each of those levels. Okay, so as you earn on each of those levels and you reinvest, or you decide, hey, I want to buy the next level, then you're going to see what you're going to be able to earn. And this is cumulative. So everything on level 1, remember, people can't skip levels on these. So a level 1, they're going to make that money on level 1. You're going to make that money on level 2 and 3 and 4, and as you continue to buy these, that's all cumulative. So you make the commissions on level 1 plus level 2 plus level 3 plus level 4, etc. So as you do that and you continue to earn, then on these 15 levels, it's basically 30 different levels, if you look at it this way, that you could potentially earn on. And as you get down into the higher levels, then the reinvestment is a no-brainer. You've got enough profits coming in, you're making money, that you can really maximize this thing, and it's a game changer. This could change your financial future if you work this system right and you just continue to replicate it, continue to reinvest, continue to scale up, and continue to promote it. So where do you start? What should that recommended start investment look like, the starting point? In my opinion, and in also the shared opinion of others, a good sweet spot starting point for you to get going and earning some good profits is to buy the first 3 spots. Okay, so you're going to buy the first 3 for X3. Now remember, your very first one is going to buy your corresponding company force position down below in the X4. So if you look over to the right here, a total investment of 1,400 Tron would get you started with all 6 of these positions that you see listed here. So you see the green ones and the orange ones, and you'll notice the little shopping cart to buy the next highest level is available to you. So what I would recommend is that you get started here with what you can afford, and as you earn some profits, then you can start to buy the higher positions and scale up. And at any time you decide you don't want to reinvest, you just want to keep promoting and building what you got, you don't lose it. You're never going to miss out on what you've got. You can continue to earn on everything that you bought as a one-time investment. So like I said, I recommend that you activate those first 3 slots, and that gets you going, but it's just a starting point. Learn to reinvest your profits into what you're doing to buy these additional positions, and it will reward you over time. That said, it's time to turn on the forcing. Everybody get busy. Everybody start building your team. Do take advantage of all the resources that you see on this page that you're on. If you're watching this video inside of the team build page area, you will notice down below all the additional videos and how you can really maximize your position on a team as part of the Forsage Matrix project.